Hey, world changers, welcome to your podcast. I'm AmickyCarol and I travel the world with a sense of adventure and purpose, exploring, learning, having fun, and meeting remarkable individuals who are transforming their communities and beyond. Join me as we dive into the inspiring journeys of change makers from every corner of the globe. Tune in weekly for stories that might just change your life, ignite your passion, and show you how ordinary people can create extraordinary impact. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform and follow us on social media at World Changers PC and get ready to take off. Kaya, do you want to first of all start by telling me a little bit about yourself? So a bit of your background and what's led you to this moment.
So my name is Khayelihle. I'm from the South Coast, which is like an hour drive from Durban.
And this is Durban in South Africa.
So I was a very sporty kid. I was privileged to play hockey for KZN, represent the Prophets. Grew up with my grandpa and mom and granny. I'm a granny's boy. International priest, funny enough, from this church. I was his right-hand man every day. Getting me called samples of food. So I think just did hard, can I be a philanthropist, but not a pastor. I was fortunate as well to be taken to grade schools, primary school. And then I was always interested what's happening around the world. So at home, when I woke up to school, I was forced to either watch BBC, Sky News, or sports school, any sports things, anything about the world. And then on my way to school, I had to talk about what I saw in the morning. So growing up, I was always interested in sports. Anything in sports, I knew. Growing up, from Formula One, to golf, cricket, rugby, you name it.
Not surfing.
Not surfing.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's the shame.
Because we just a few minutes ago, we were talking about how beautiful where we are in Durban is and how many surfers there are. So I'm finding out. Yeah.
Very, very big thing.
Big thing. But you have that board, your surfboard kind of.
Yeah, I have a surfboard I've given my high school friend of mine, and I haven't used it, but hopefully one day I'll do paddles.
Listen, we always live in hope.
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your work.
So, we all started at matric. Unfortunately, my grandpa passed away in grade 11.
Oh.
And then in matric is grade 12, the last year in high school.
Yes.
I figured out that I told my high school friends and teachers that I'd like to start an organization, non-profit organization. Okay. And all my teachers was like, no, you're too young for this. So, as we were taking our high school photos, so we were able to write a quote in a high school photo. Yeah. And in my high school photo, I wrote Dream Big, Stay Humble, my organization.
Wow.
So I promised to myself saying that I will start the organization one day.
Yeah.
So I've been pushing the organization for the past 10 years.
10 years. You don't look old enough to have been pushing an organization.
Since high school, I know.
All right. Okay.
So within the 10 years, it started off with the vision, but I really never had the right resources.
Okay.
So the whole initiative is called Dream Big Stump, and our ambition is to open a wide network of mentors for the leaders to tap into. So it's mentors from private sectors, government, and philanthropists. Yeah. So we deal with skills development, which is coding with a tech lab in one of the rural areas of Township, which is Lazi, with a tech lab over there. And we also deal with high school kids, grade 9s, grade 11s, STEM, science, technology, and that's for high school, specifically for females, because I've noticed in my area in KZN, most engineers are mostly male dominated.
Still the same world over.
So we are looking to upskill, especially young females. So we do this every year. We had a summit in Maritzburg last year, another in Durban, and we're looking to have another in Johannesburg late September. Okay. So for me, it was basically passion driven. Yeah. Because when I was in high school, I actually had an opportunity to go play international hockey, but I couldn't get the resources. Oh. So I was like, okay, cool, let me actually open up an organization to actually help the next person who needs the resources. Yeah. So we were able to do that. So that's the main thing I'm trying to do, organization. Continue to network with other industries, other organizations to help out the next person.
Yeah, that's brilliant. And do you want to share a little bit about, a moment where you felt you were truly making a difference with the work that you do?
Last year, we gave away 5 groceries to five nurses or 5 grade 12 learners. Okay. And for me, that was like, wow, I'm actually doing something, because when I started the organization, I had in my own issue of not getting resources. Yes. And then now it's actually equip more people. Yeah. And right now, our main goal for Dream Big Sample is help scale more individuals and hear more stories as well. Because when people tell us their stories, it actually motivates me to try and get to my resources
That's fantastic. 5 bursaries. That's nothing to sniff at. Okay, so let's move on to South Africa. What is it really about your country that you'd like to share with people that's quite unique from your perspective, obviously?
I mentioned the word Ubuntu. It is a very impactful word for us here at Durban, okay, so that because we learned that you can't really do anything alone.
Yes.
I had a meeting last week. One lady said we are all different organizations. We're all on the same mission.
Yeah.
Why race? We're more strong together. So that's the one thing I've replicated in South Africa as well. Because South Africa is really seen in a weird manner of other countries. But once you're there as yourself, you've seen that it's actually a nice, beautiful country with nice oceans.
Yeah.
But of course, we all have negative thoughts and negative impacts about the country. But for me, it's a very nice country. I've learned so much from South Africa. And I really want to put out the word there to the world what South Africa is about.
Yeah. Do you know, as you say that, it reminds me that you're right. South Africa is actually quite topical right now. And Trump has made it even more so.
I watched it.
Do you want to share, do you feel like speaking into what's happening right now? Because people are saying all sorts of things. And I know a lot of Caucasian South Africans are actually emigrating. Or so it appears. You know, many of them ending up in the US as Q-tech people. And man, is that something you'd like to shed some light on?
For me, I really wouldn't say it's really happening.
Okay.
I really don't want to say too much because I'm just there to listen.
Okay.
I'm just there to listen. But I think from now we shouldn't be, I wouldn't say brainwashed for what's happening in social media.
Okay.
Rather be there to see it for yourself.
Okay.
And rather be there for yourself to see what South Africa is about.
Yeah.
But I think South Africa is in the waves right now, in the news. It's sports-wise, we've been doing very well in the Olympics. And also relays, I've noticed. But I feel like we are trying our best as a country. We just finished our governmental elections recently.
Yeah.
And that changed a lot in South Africa.
Okay.
So
for good?
For good.
Okay.
But it definitely takes some time because it's just different organizations come together as one.
Yes.
For the Trump story, I really don't have much to say on that.
Okay. I mean, I've been here, but only a few days. I can't confirm or deny either. I mean, no one seems particularly persecuted to me, but hey, what do I know? I'm just visiting. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. That's cool. You've talked a little bit about growing up here in South Africa, and you talked about other influences. Well, what would you say, apart from Ubuntu, were the key influences of your life as you were growing up?
For me, it was sports.
Sports.
It was sports.
Okay.
Because I was fortunate to be in a school where I think there were only three black people. Playing sports as a black person, I had to prove myself. But initially, it showed us that within sports, that's where we all connected together.
Okay.
Of young kids. I still talk to my high school friends. Most of them play for the Proteas and most play for the Sharks.
Right.
So I just say sports. Sports is the thing that unites South Africa. I can highlight back to 1950 to 1995 when we won the World Cup. South Africa. That was a historical moment for us as well. So for me, it has to be sports.
Well, thank you so much. So before we wrap up, although I could talk to you for a long time, but before we wrap up, I want to explore your country. Yeah. So if somebody wanted to visit South Africa, what would you recommend? And then we will finish up by talking about Durban in particular, which is where we are.
Yeah.
But South Africa as a country, what would you say?
If you want to find more of a historical place, I think you go to Cape Town, we go to Robben Island. I have to say to go to Soweto.
Okay.
Soweto, it's culture, the sports, soccer teams, because that's where everything started in South Africa when it comes to the sports, and soccer, specifically soccer. And yeah, then I leave it off in Durban.
You haven't mentioned Johannesburg at all.
I mentioned Johannesburg in terms of Soweto.
In terms of
Soweto is where the historical moments are. Soweto uprising, all the marches were mostly in Soweto, 1997, the youth. But yeah, I think Soweto, Johannesburg, would be nice place to go to as well.
Yeah. You know, I've been coming to Southern Africa for many, many years. And I find that I always land at the Joburg airport because it's such a hub. It doesn't matter where you're going. It's Eswatini, Zambia, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, depending on which airline you land in Joburg.
You see, that's the busiest place ever.
It is so busy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have long layovers, so I had the opportunity to visit different places. But no one is ever keen to visit Joburg. And I can't understand.
I don't want to say much, but I'd agree because Durban is most busy space of South Africa. So just go and try and find a place to figure it out in terms of holiday, or would you just go to Johannesburg?
Yeah.
Hence, I emphasize go to the townships. That's where you find out a bit more about South Africa.
Yeah.
Obviously, comes to Durban.
And tell us about visiting Soweto. Is it safe to do so for a foreigner, or would you advise, maybe an organized tour?
I think organized tour, guys doing in a while, but I haven't heard any bad news.
Okay, so that's helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's good. I do know there's a huge museum, though. That's for me. Is it the Nelson Mandela?
Minima Zella, if I'm mistaken. Well,
Yeah. It's fantastic. I mean, it's an experience all on its own. Okay, if you wanted to see the Big Five, where do you recommend people go to?
Big Five would have to be the Kruger National Parks.
Okay.
Kruger National Park. I'm sure look at the Big Five.
Yeah.
It's a very nice place to go to.
Okay, brilliant. So now let's talk about Durban, which is your home city. What are the sights and sounds?
Wow. For me, for Durban, it would have to be Shark Marine. I'm also doing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
we've been.
That's nice as well.
Gorgeous.
Very gorgeous.
Listen, I just love the creativity because it's built from an old ship. And we were trying to analyze it and we thought this must have been a battleship because there are bullet holes. You don't even know. If you look at it, bits are broken, but somebody actually thought to themselves, you know what, we can repurpose this.
That's very authentic.
It is authentic, but it's also the highlight of recycling and reusing. So I love that. Yeah. Okay. So that's Oshaka.
That's Oshaka.
Very good.
We got the nicest rugby stadiums, cricket, soccer, all this for sports as well.
Yeah.
Funny enough, all in the same area.
Yeah.
And then I was also say to do it up to Zanga as well, just to see more of the beachfronts. We have the best restaurants there.
Yeah.
It's very nice. And then also just to understand more about the culture. I'm not sure if you saw people doing Zulu traditional dancing and stuff like that.
Not on a beach. Do they do that regularly?
Now on the beach as well.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not today though.
Maybe not today. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, and just also get the normally tour buses that go around the Durban as well. They actually start from me. I'm not sure if you've been in one.
Yeah.
They just show a bit more about Durban as well. But to me, it's a very peaceful place. The beach, you feel the peace as well. It's very nice.
It's so nice. You have a cup of anywhere if you get the opportunity, and then you can figure out where you want to spend more time after you had it lit.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us some of the things that you're working on right now. So dream big.
At the moment, we're looking to open a DES, which is called the Dream Entrepreneur Society.
Okay.
So the Entrepreneur Society, which we call other organizations in terms of how can we upskill the young entrepreneur. I'm looking for entrepreneurs at varsities.
Okay.
Because it turned out that you might have an idea, which I had 10 years ago, but I never had the right resources, the right resources spent to me. If I had the right resources 10 years ago, maybe I could be further with the organization. So that's the one thing we were trying to look at. Our Entrepreneur Society was to have a tech hub, and also to look at also our STEM as well, and also looking to look at two entrepreneurs that we're trying to above skirt. And my favorite organization, my favorite program, which is Touch of a Dream, trying to look at whoever's got an idea, I would obviously touch their dream with someone who has done their dream for them.
Absolutely.
Put them together.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I mean, a lot of it, of course, intersects with some of the things we do with our entrepreneurship training and our Tech for Good program. So yeah, can't wait to absolutely collaborate. It's the Ubuntu spirit, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to end this without talking about music. Cool. Because when my daughter heard I was coming to South Africa, she was like, enjoy, is it a cucumber? Some kind of music.
Piano, maybe.
There's a man piano, but there's something else she said to enjoy. Tell us who your favorite artists are.
I actually listened to them when I was going for my job this morning. I listened to Lala Tugzin, Kabza, Calvin Bob. Maybe your daughter might.
She might.
But I think South African music has making waves across the world.
It has.
And it's been a very great way to upskill most people, because I think most from Durban, most of our universities are musicians.
Yeah.
And they've been able to share their music across the world and actually make them benefit in that as well.
Yeah. And just to finish, what are your dreams and hopes for your country?
I think for me, is for people to stay in the country, not to leave the country.
Really?
Because we are tend to say that there isn't really much that's going to stay in the country in terms of growth. So we just fighting to hope that we upskill the youth, because by a very, very bad unemployed youth in South Africa. So most of the youth is tending to leave South Africa and find jobs. So what we're doing as organizations is to actually upskill the youth so they can create their own businesses and be their own professionals as well.
I love that, especially with the entrepreneurship stuff. And that's why we do what we do, because I really do believe that the backbone of every country are their entrepreneurs. And so if you can get people thinking about how to create wealth, how to meet needs. And we live in such a time right now where you can do that from your bedroom. You don't need to emigrate now to make a lot of money. So anyway, who knows? We might actually have another Elon Musk, lurking somewhere.
That'll stay in South Africa.
That will stay, exactly. I think the whole world would prefer that the person stays in South Africa. And on that note, thank you so much for joining here, Ray. It's been amazing. Take care. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of World Changers Podcast. I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am by today's conversation. Remember, the power to create changes within each of us. If you were inspired by today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave us a review. It really helps to spread the word and inspire even more world changers. And be sure to follow us on social media at World Changers PC for updates, behind the scenes content, and more inspiring stories. Until next time, keep exploring, keep making a difference, and remember, you can be a world changer.
The World Changers podcast is produced by Humanize Live and presented by AmickyCarol. Visit theavocadofoundation.org to find out more about how the Avocado Foundation is tackling global inequality through education, stewardship, and financial literacy.